In this problem, we need to solve the equation 3x squared plus 3 equals negative x. Well, what type of equation do we have here? Notice the highest exponent on an x is a 2, so it's a quadratic equation. And how do we solve quadratic equations? We either factor them or use the quadratic formula. But for both of these methods, we need the equation to be in standard form. So let's review that quickly. In standard form, it means we have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So all the terms are written on one side, 0 on the other, and the terms here are all written in descending order. Is that what we have on our problem over here? I definitely don't have 0 on the right-hand side. So what I'm going to have to do to this equation is I need to add x to both sides. And if you look on the left-hand side, I have 3 terms. They are all unlike terms. I can't combine them. So I'm going to write them in descending order. That means I'm going to write 3x squared first, then comes my plus x, finally my plus 3, equals negative x plus x gives me my 0 on the other side. So now I have my equation in standard form. Now let's find the values of a, b, and c. A is the coefficient of the x squared term, so a is 3. B is the coefficient of the x term. Well, there's no number there, but what number is there, but we're too efficient to write it? There's a 1. C is the constant term of 3. I already tried to factor this and it won't factor, so we're going to jump straight in and use the quadratic formula that hopefully all of you have memorized. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. So now it's just plug the numbers in. So x is negative b, so b was 1, so negative b is negative 1, plus or minus the square root of b squared, b was 1, so it's 1 squared, minus 4 times a was 3, and c was 3. That is all underneath the radical sign, all divided by 2 times a, which is 3. So x equals negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 squared is 1, minus 4 times 3 is 12, 12 times 3 is 36, all divided by 6. So x equals negative 1 plus or minus 1 minus 36 is negative 35. So I have the square root of negative 35, all divided by 6. So can I simplify this anymore? Yes, we never leave a negative underneath the square root. So I know that x equals negative 1 plus or minus. We take the square root of negative 1 out of the radical, and so it's going to become I times the square root of positive 35, all divided by 6. Now the last thing is, can we simplify the square root of 35? Well, 35 is 5 times 7. Both of those are prime, so this does not have any perfect squares hidden in it. So that is your answer. X equals negative 1 plus or minus I times the square root of 35, all divided by 6. Don't forget there are 2 solutions here. If you're asked for both solutions individually, it'll be negative 1 plus I times the square root of 35, all divided by 6, and the other solution is x is negative 1 minus I times the square root of 35 over 6. But this is a much more efficient way of writing both solutions.